Hi, I'm Aisling Curtin.
And I'm Trish Leonard.
Welcome to 5-Minute Breakouts.
Did you have something, Aisling, that came up for you today that you wanted to talk about?
Yes, I think for me, the big thing that came out was around the importance of trust and around having contexts where we can be really honest and real. And this was inspired by leading an amazing 8-week group with just such incredible people in it, some of whom actually follow these videos. And one thing that I've noticed over the few weeks that I've been working with this group is how we've learned to trust one another and how we've learned to share the things that we would usually stuff down. And Brené Brown, who did the amazing TED Talk, The Power of Vulnerability, talks about how secrecy, silence and judgment compound shame. So I'm not saying that we need to be totally honest and open around our vulnerabilities with everyone, yet each and every one of us needs some context in which we can be open around our vulnerabilities. And I think group contexts can really help with that, so that we can start to see the common humanity. And you know, sometimes I share parts of myself that feel a little bit like breaking out of my comfort zone, and then just allowing other people to do that too. And just noticing today, when we went to the depths, when we share these really deep things, how so much laughter came as well, because we cannot selectively numb, as Brené Brown would say as well. So if we get in touch with the hard stuff, that also helps us to feel the joy and the calmness and all of that as well. So thank you to my group today for making that kind of the really standout thing for me today. What about you, Trish?
I was just struck at my similar experience of this community that we're starting to create, and I've noticed that experience of the amount of people that are saying to me, oh, me too. And it's just that sense of, I suppose, relief that you're not the only one, and that you're carrying this weight. And when we're disconnected from other people and alone in their shame, we're not getting the opportunity to check in a lot of the time that this is actually quite understandable that we feel this way. And I'm just struck, as I move outside my comfort zone and try and connect more with other people, that the very things that I feared that people would reject me for or not accept are actually the things that warm people and encourage them to kind of reach out and respond back. And it's just that paradox. It always comes back to a paradox.
That often those things that we kind of hold really near and dear and worry that if people know this about me or see this anxiety or this sadness, that they'll push me away. Yet often actually sharing that brings connection, and in some way it alleviates that very sadness or anxiety that we were carrying on our own.
And also how important context is for that as well.
Yes.
And
I think that context part cannot be overemphasized. If I go onto the bus with people that I've never met before and I just start telling them my life story, and I think both of us have pretty difficult things in our life story that it's important for us to share some places. Yet if we do that outside of context, we can just kind of get shut down.
It can be quite punishing as well. Yeah, particularly if you're taking your first baby steps and tentative steps outside your 12 by 12, and you know, and your threat system immediately goes up, and it can be really challenging not to kind of retreat back into your comfort zone as well. I think that's where you belong.
Yes.
So what do you do then? It's back to that question that we asked. It's like when you're getting those punishing experiences, I think that comes part and parcel with kind of trying things out and trial and error and getting things wrong.
And I think it's this piece around breaking out of our comfort zone yet remaining within our self-care zone. So if you're somebody at home that very rarely shares vulnerabilities or things that you're struggling with, it might be about sharing one thing with one person who has so far only given you messages that you can trust them and you can rely on them. And then I think just gradually building up how much it is that we share. And I suppose the big question is there any cost to you keeping this part of you kind of a secret or hidden away? And if there's a cost, then that gives an indication that it might be worth sharing some of that part of you.
And then in connections with other people, then how much are you actually kind of packaging away and hiding, and I'm worried that if those parts were to see the light of day, that you'd actually scare people away. And is there a way that you could maybe possibly challenge a bit of that story and push a little further outside your comfort zone?
So scary. And we're going to leave you on that invitation, and we will see you tomorrow. Thank you for joining us.
Take care. Bye bye.
Bye.